Hey Northville, welcome back. My name is Marko.
I'm Tommy Marinoff.
I'm Luke Montgomery.
This is For Your Consideration, episode 3, and we will be discussing the show Attack on Titan, specifically the end of season 4 and the events that occur. If you have not watched it, click off. There will be lots of spoilers. To start off, do you think Aaron's actions are justifiable?
Not at all.
I
Not at
do
all.
not think
You
so.
both don't think so.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I do. So, let me ask you this. Why? Just explain why.
I just think what he did to the entire world and letting his friends try to stop him, but like at the same time still doing it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
I think he had some kind of right intentions, like in his mind, like trying to save his friends, trying to be like the good friend that he wants to be. But killing 80% of the world is not necessarily the best way to do that. So I don't think killing 80% of the world is justifiable for anything.
Okay. Well, this is the way I look at it. First of all, for how long was it? 200 years? 400? 200.
I think it was 200.
200 years. His people were oppressed, and not even just in Eldia, but Marley as well. All the Eldians were oppressed by the Marleyans, and they would use them as war weapons, treat them like slaves.
Making Titans out of them.
Yep. And then they would punish them by turning them into Titans. And they sent around, I think it was 45,000 Titans to the island of Paradis, which killed hundreds of thousands of people on Paradis itself. And like, even though they knew nothing of the outside world, like that's still like, they were being oppressed to the point where they were almost extinct. They were actively trying to be killed off for 200 years. Aaron, although like he just took the weight of all those 200 years, decided to get back once he realized he had the power to. He was trying to protect his friends, get back for his family, change the world after what they did to him.
But did it change the world at all?
Absolutely.
No,
I mean, he killed 80% of the
Absolutely
population.
not.
It's a cycle.
Okay.
Dude. You saw the last scene where there was like bombs going on that city, like a whole raid. Like he didn't solve anything. Like maybe he solved that issue, but like he didn't. It's not like he created world peace or something. He didn't really solve anything.
Also, I think if Aaron really like wanted to create peace, I feel like he had the founder's power. He had a lot of like two other Titans. Two other Titans.
Warhammer.
Yeah. And I just feel like if he just like bent the knee to the Marleyans and just talked to them, like the Marleyans think that they're devils. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They
From the
both-
past of 200 years, they think they're devils.
Also, the Marleyans also twisted history to make them look like the bad guys when in reality they're the ones who willingly gave up their power because they thought it was too strong. Or I get King Fritz, like he oppressed a lot of people, but I think the Marleyans did a lot more than what King Fritz did, if I'm not mistaken.
They both thought each other were devils. Like they both were in the wrong and the right.
Move it more in front of your mouth.
In some situations, they were both kind of. Is that good?
Yeah, but
I'm not saying like
at the same time, I also feel like
Yeah, sure.
like Gabi finally realized, like I know she's not like the best, but the stuff that she did, which was to Sasha,
That broke my heart.
and she
crazy.
finally realized like the family that she was living with, she realized that everyone's human, and
Yeah.
didn't she like agree that
I thi-
they're all devils?
Yeah, I think the point of the show is like there's really no right or wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's just constant it's a constant cycle. But like the reason I think Aaron is like, yes, it's extreme, very extreme. He killed like 1.3 billion people or something.
Gosh.
But he was trying to protect his friends. He also gave them the opportunity to stop him, which I know might not mean much when you're killing most of the world.
No, because he knew the outcome. He knew his friends couldn't stop him.
He knew the outcome, but his whole point, he didn't want to do it. During the entire rumbling, he was crying. He didn't open his eyes once.
Supposedly.
He didn't want to do it, but he could have stopped it.
He could have, but he wanted to do it for his friends. Like during
just does
during
not
the
make
memories,
sense.
During the memories, he was telling
He wanted to
Armin,
he wanted to do it for his friends, but his friends didn't want him to do it.
well, yeah.
That's why it doesn't make
But
any sense.
he knew there was no
also
other
didn't
way
know
because
his
they would.
intentions.
He knew that if he didn't do this, they would still be oppressed even more. So that's why he had his friends kill him, so they would be heroes to the world and they wouldn't be hated on.
So let me just get this straight on what you think. So he saved like maybe 10 of his friends and killed 1.2 billion, and you think that's justifiable?
Including
He saved his
Eldians.
people.
No.
He saved
He
200,000.
killed some of his people, like a lot of
Well,
his people.
the ones
too.
on Marley, he doesn't care about those. He cares about the people in
He
the
doesn't
walls.
care about the other
There was
1.2 billion.
There's
either.
20,000 people still left in the walls, I think, out of the 200. Like listen, just in the years that Aaron was alive, that many died. Let's talk about that.
And that's supposed to be his fault?
I'm just saying that like someone's gonna get back, bro.
Like the Marlians think that
Just
they're island devils.
Yeah.
Now they really do because of what.
well,
he
they
did.
can't because they're dead.
Well,
Killed
some
every
of them
single
are
one of
still
them.
Marley. There's still Marlians, isn't there?
Like Onyan Capone,
Maybe the ones like
the ones that were still on parody.
everybody in Marley has been squashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he supported their point on why they think that.
Yeah. Well, it's not like they were gonna change their minds.
I just
So
think
that's why he set his
with
friends up.
all the power he had, he could have made a different outcome.
I don't think so. I really don't.
You don't think he could? I mean, because he didn't
There,
do anything. Like
he didn't do anything.
the
Coulda
world,
asked for
the
peace
world, like
easily.
Peace was not
They
in the
don't
world.
They didn't want peace with them. They treated them like slaves. They didn't treat them like human beings. They didn't want peace. They wouldn't make a deal. The only person out of that entire race that is respected was the family who had the Warhammer Titan.
What do you mean?
You remember what was his name?
Was she Eldian?
Yeah, they were Eldian, but they're the only family that was like treated like actual humans.
She
And
should have
they're
gotten
rich.
more screen time.
Was that the like little people that had the like camp that they cooked for him and stuff?
No.
Or
You
that's
remember?
somebody
You remember
else?
when they raided Marley, the campaign they were having, whatever.
The first one where Sasha, yeah.
And he's like, "This is a declaration of war." That guy, he's a part of a. He's
Oh,
an, he's
yeah,
an
yeah,
Eldian,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he's like famous and respected because the Warhammer Titan's like super powerful or something. I don't know.
Aaron took him out pretty fast, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Destroyed. Didn't even let him transform. But listen, Aaron, I don't know. I think if you were put in that position, if you had that kind of power, what would you do?
I understand what you're saying.
He was all at the same time. He was going crazy. He was worrying for his friends. He was on a power trip. He had like all the power in the world, basically.
I would try my best to create peace with Marley if Marley refused and just kept
would've just
going
went
the
to
way
war.
they went. Then I would have done it.
I mean, I
They would've just
definitely
went to
think
war.
I'd save my friends. Like, that's like, I understand what he's trying to do, but there had to be another way than to kill so many people.
it's also all they got.
He could have threatened them with the rumbling.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have
They
tried
probably
to fight
wouldn't
back.
even like believed him. Like, people
they
didn't
would've-
even like know that
They
that
would
was
have
real.
tried to fight back, and I think the outcome would have happened either way.
I don't think we can say that.
I mean,
know.
honestly, I think it's better than Zeke's euthanization plan. So
Wait, what was that again?
He
To
was
stop the Eldians from like being
Being
Or,
able-
like
born.
making more,
being able
so
to
they
procreate,
couldn't.
yeah.
I don't know. That was.
All right. Well, I think this is it for the podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for having us.
Goodbye,
Thanks for
Northville.
having us.